So this video, I wanted to go through the things that I've done to get my lawn in this fantastic condition within 3 weeks and go through it step by step. So stick around, this is going to be a great video. Get your lawn on. So this is a bit of a ritual that I do every morning. I call it the CTT, the coffee think time. Yeah, I just love coming out here in the morning, having a coffee, having a look at the lawn, just appreciating just what beautiful mornings we get here at Port Augusta and appreciating everything, and then just thinking about what I'm going to do today. And I just love that, and I love making my plans first thing in the morning, having a cuppa, waking up. Now this lawn is really starting to come together, so if you're liking the content here on Lawnporn and you want to follow my journey, smash like, that really helps me out, but also hit subscribe and the bell notification, that will notify you when I drop a vid. I try and drop my vids 8 PM every Sunday, so sometimes that doesn't work out, but yeah, I'm getting a bit more consistent, especially now that I'm home all the time. There's going to be lots more content on Lawnporn, so get into that. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm totally pumped about this lawn. I'm so happy with it. 20 days, it's really come back. Well, actually, today's 21, but you get the meaning. I popped it up on the Lawnporn page just yesterday, obviously, and you know, 400 odd likes last time I looked at it, and just everybody's pumped by a 20-day turnaround. So how did I do it? Well, you know, the first shot that you see here, that's straight after the renovation that I did. If you want to see the renovation that I did, it'll be at the top of the screen here, and you can watch that video before watching this video. That might help you out. So basically what I did was a low mow, aerate, top dress and level, and then put down my soil wetter, which is moist, in a tank mix with Hero, which is a humic acid, and Amino Plus as well. That's some amino acids that will really make the lawn jump. So that's, you know, quite another thing I need to put in there for sure. And also did what was it? Lawnporn. Sorry, I don't run with the script. Lawnporn 4 Seasons, which is a granular fertilizer. What I did is in a tank mix, moist, which is a soil wetter, 200 mils, Hero, which is a humic acid, 100 mils, and Amino, which is amino, 100 mils per the 100 square meters. Sprayed that down. As soon as I did that, I spread my 4 Seasons immediately after spraying down, and then I watered that in for 20 minutes. So that is the, you know, was the real start of how this came back in 20 days for sure. The soil wetter, that's for keeping the soil accepting water and keeping the water at the root zone and saving a bit of evaporation, which is quite important, definitely in summer. Hero, that's our humic acid. That's just a magnificent product, and that's a, you know, repeated use of that over the season has really helped the comeback for sure. And what humic acid does is that it acts like a bank for nutrients. So when the plant is, you know, it holds onto the nutrients rather than letting the nutrients leach away, and then when the plant is ready, it'll transfer the nutrient to the plant. So that's fantastic there. Humic acid also is great for increasing microbial activity and the healthier soil, so that's why we put that in there. Amino, well, I found that really makes everything jump. The theory behind amino acid is that you know, the plant will naturally make amino acid to help it grow, but if it's readily available, then it doesn't have to put its energy into making the amino acid, so then it can put its energy into other functions of the plant. So that's the theory there. And of course you've got Lawnporn 4 Seasons, and what Lawnporn 4 Seasons is a great granular fertilizer, dual controlled slow release nitrogen and potassium. Causes nice vigorous growth, and you've also got iron in that to get that deep dark green. It's the easiest way of getting iron into your plant, that's for sure. The first week, the real important thing that you've got to manage is your moisture and your watering. So you need to do what's called syringe watering. What syringe watering is, it's watering lightly a few times a day just to keep that soil moist, simply because it's all new growth in there and it just needs protection, especially in the summer. So I watered 7 AM, 12 PM, 4 PM, 3 times a day, every day for 10 minutes, and that just gave it that nice little bit of light water and the moisture for the plant to use and grow in. So after the first week, had a couple of blowy days. I wanted to do my first foliar treatment, and what foliar treatments are is feeding through the leaf, and because it's all brand new plant, you need to spoon feed just a little bit by little bit. So very low levels, I've put down Charger 200 mils and Root Builder 50 mils in a tank mix for 100 square meters. So what Charger will do, that's got growth promoters, and that will help the leaf grow quite quickly, and it's fantastic for post renovation, and also it's got iron in there for a bit of colour. So anytime you need leaf growth, Charger, and that's why it's just so popular, because it really works. I mix that with Root Builder because I'm always wanting to increase the root mass and the root health of my plant, making it much easier to obtain water, nutrients, and it'll make the plant much more resistant to extreme weathers, which you get in summer, and all sorts of things like diseases and pests. It'll just really help the plant be resistant, healthy and strong. So a couple of days after that first Charger, the problem that I did have was about 3 hours after I did it, it rained, and it rained quite heavily. So it'll take about 6 hours to go into the plant. You don't need to water in foliar treatments. And look, most of it would have gone in that 3 hours, but the rain would have just made the rest of any nutrient that was left that hadn't gone through the leaf already, make it as part of a soil soak. So because it kind of weakened it a bit, it was, I noticed the difference straight away. It was really growing quite well anyway. I thought, hey, why not just do a nice little follow-up Charger 200 mil and Root Builder 50 mil, and that really got things going. That was fantastic. So, my syringe watering for my first week would have stopped, and it would have been like 3 sort of like deep waters in the morning for the second week of watering. But the rain came along. I had about 80 mils of rain for the second week, so I just switched my irrigation off and I just went with the flow, and it's coming back quickly. And around about the second week I had enough leaf growth, looking at about 60% of the coverage there. I gave it a run with the rotary mower. Now it wasn't a very nice looking mow, but that doesn't matter, it's still growing in. You can't expect too much, and the reason that I wanted to do that is everything wants to grow up with cooch, and we need it to grow sideways to fill in, so we need to encourage that, and mowing will certainly do that. So my first cylinder mow was probably a few days after that, around about 10 mil, quite high by my standards, but the thing is, what I was worried about was sand. And if you've only got the one cylinder mower, and hopefully you've got a rotary mower as well, because they're always handy to have, and you should really have one in the arsenal of mowers, but you just don't want sand getting into your cylinder blades. It will blunten your blades very quickly. So what I do is I do begrudgingly do a mow with the cylinder mower, and but before I do that, about 10 minutes before I do that, I give it about a 5-minute water, just to make the sand a little bit moist. And look, it's not perfect, but it certainly helps. I started every couple of days probably just doing a cylinder mow, and going that little bit lower. I'm at 7 mil now, and yeah, that's how I basically got here. And now that I'm in week 3, I'm probably looking at 2 deep waters in the morning that I do in the morning a week, simply because if you kept syringe watering all the time, it'll just weaken the plant, and all the little bits of bare patches that are left, they'll come in. It's going to take a little bit longer for things that are a bit deeper, but anyway, yeah, that's come together well. Now I did this is Santarana Cooch here at the front. At the back I've got Tiff Tuff, and I did pretty much the exact same reno, although I did a bit more of a verticut with that one, and a bit heavier top dress as well. I wasn't too fussy about it, and we'll see how that's going in a minute, and show you the difference, and it'll show you sort of like that, that gawky stage, that middle of the road stage, and it'll hopefully give you some tips and everything else. But just loving the front out here. I might do a mow here first before it gets too hot.
Before I did do a mow, I've got myself a Billy Goat vacuum. I picked it up the other week because I have all sorts of leaf litter from the gum tree that's on the side of the road in the council verge there. Just leaves rubbish everywhere on the lawn every day. So this is a quick little solution. It's also great for around the verandas and everything else. Love this thing, so it's quite a barg. Picked it up from Delmax and down at Whyalla, so very nice. And speaking about nice, here's the Mow Master, and what a machine this is. I did say on the Facebook post that I was going to do a 6 mil mow, but I just left it at 7 mil. It's doing quite fine here, and yeah, it just felt like that it just needed another mow at this level. I will go to 6 mil, perhaps the next mow. It just needs to thicken up a little bit more. I'll leave links in the description for the Billy Goat where you can get those, and also links in the description for Mow Master. Please, I can't be contacted in regards to Mow Master sales. I don't sell Mow Masters. You'll have to go to mowmaster.com.au. If you want my opinion on them, well, I love them, and if you've got any questions about them, yeah, I'll feel free to answer. Feel free to send me an email, should I say, and I'll answer. It takes up a bit of time, but I don't mind. It's a great machine, and I don't mind sharing my views and my experience.
Hey, Tiffy! It's looking great, eh, babe?
It's looking brilliant.
Look at the lines. Just loving it. Starting to get more defined. Still got a bit to grow in, but yeah, 21 days, pretty good. Let's go out the back. So yeah, this is the back. It was renovated 2 weeks ago today, and it's still got a bit of filling in to do. This is Tiff Tuff. It's a cooch, like the cooch out the front, but the slightly different variety. And this is due for its first mow, although there's still a lot of sand there. Now this hasn't been cut at all, and it really needed to be because she's got really high and wispy. It's certainly a little bit overgrown. And look at this. Definitely overdue for a mow. It's gone a bit thick here. Just need to flatten this out and get the sand a little bit more into the canopy. When I do it, you'll probably notice light green come through, because that's not grass that's dying or anything. It's just because it hasn't had the sun for a couple of weeks. And as soon as it gets a bit of sun in a couple of days, it will green up. So let's see what we got. A couple of light green ones there. It's making a bit of a lie out of me. Like a couple of light green here. See, look at all that light green. It's all growing underneath. Now I do have a rotary mower that goes lower than my Ego, but I'm just going to do it generally with the Ego because I'm out of fuel. So, which is kind of ironic because the house is out of power due to a power outage, and I'm out of fuel for my mower, but this has got power. Lovely. Bugger it, I am going to do a cylinder mow. I can't help myself. It's probably a bit too sandy, but it just, yeah, I need the cylinder mow. Oh, hopefully this mower isn't out of fuel. Got it on about number 1 on the allet here, which is about, I think about 13 mil. Now, if you've only got one cylinder mower, you don't own like a second cylinder mower for a bit of a hack thing when you got some sandy stuff, I'd say don't do this. But I'm daring. Now, that looks much better. I can even sort of see some lines, only just. That mow will encourage it to spread rather than grow up. And that's what it's all about. So this lawn here only had 4 seasons, and the moist Hero amino treatment, same as the front. But after that, I haven't done anything with this. So yeah, it really needs a bit of fertilizing and a bit more love and a bit more care, and just a little bit of syringe watering still, because there's a fair bit of sand here still. So probably another good 3 or 4 days of syringe watering, and then I'll back it down to watering 3 times a week for 30 minutes in the morning, and then the week after that it will have grown in quite nicely. We'll look at watering at twice a week for an hour early in the morning for fertilizing. This will need a launch, and I actually did one this morning because I did the front. So it's had its first treatment, 8 hours ago or something like that. And yeah, that shows you basically, where it would be at 2 weeks. And I didn't do anything to this one, and the Tiff Tuff is always impressive. I've never seen anything grow so quick, wanting to grow up as well. So that's a bit of a tough one, but in a couple of weeks this will cover in, and this will look lovely too. So happy days ahead.
So there you go, everybody. I've gone from 0 to hero in a matter of 3 weeks. What I did is up on the screen because it's rather a mouthful to say. And obviously the biggest tip I'd have to give you is just to make sure that you keep it moist while it's growing in. Now, there's still a little bit more growing in to do for this, and I'll keep you updated with that. But my goals are to just make a little bit of a putting green for a little while, and then I'm going to be doing something very special with it. But you'll have to keep subscribed and keep an eye on the channel to see what I do. Thanks for watching this today. Get your lawn on.